Hello, my name is James Patterson. I am a 70-year-old felon that on Thursday morning I will be the very first person in line to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, I want to address the vitriol towards Barack Obama for the remarks he made to black men the other day. Firstly, I want to mention perception as it pertains to how Barack delivered his message. Dr. Lisa Bearden, 40 years ago told me, she said, James, it does not matter what a situation is. She said, the only thing that matters is how one perceives a situation. She said, some will see a glass as half full, the other will see it as half empty. The only thing that really matters is that there is water in the glass. Now let me preface what I'm getting ready to say, by stating in advance that the people I'm getting ready to call out, I have the most immense respect for who they are. And they are Dr. Eric Dyson, Professor Eddie Glaude, Van Jones, Nia Malika Henderson, and Nina Turner, Miss Turner, if you're nasty. Dr. Dyson, I will begin with you. You know, the first time I saw you on TV, I said to myself, who is this Negro that vocabulary is so deep that I can barely follow and understand what he is saying? At that moment, I made a commitment to myself that no Negro, or any man for that matter, would ever be able to talk above my comprehension. Now, when I speak in Sunday school or Bible study, my sister Eva says, Jay Willie, what does that word mean? Eva has a master's degree. Dr. Dyson, one other thing I want to address to you. When Kanye West put that MAGA hat up on his head and said it made him feel like a Superman, later on that night, I heard you say, Kanye West is a musical genius. Well, Dr. Joseph Mengele was a surgical genius. Ask the Jews what they think about his surgical genius. Professor Eddie Glaude, man, I don't care. You are the coolest dude on TV. You are the only person that can walk up to a warm glass of water, and by the time you pick it up and put it to your mouth, it is frosty. That's how cool you are. And no matter when I see you on TV, I stop whatever I am doing and listen, because you are intelligent and you are eloquent. And most of all, you are informative. Van Jones, you kind of wishy-washy to me, brother. Just my perception. But because you allow that smug ass Scott Jennings to sit there and lie, and you don't charge him on it. But then, hey, brother, I understand that is how you feed your family. I ain't mad at you. Nia Malika, you are a most intelligently gifted woman when it comes to disseminating your political position. Now, for you, Miss Turner, the first time I saw you and Joy Reid discussing politics on TV, my heart filled with pride. There you go. Two black women, dark-skinned, with short hair, talking about politics. But you know what was most important about that to me? You all were giving an example for other young black girls that look like you, someone to look up to. Now, let me say this. Everybody seems to have their sensibilities fractured. They wanted to kill the messenger because they did not like the way he delivered the message. My God. To me, why you didn't listen to the message instead of trying to determine how he should bring it. But be that as it may, I'm just going to say this right now. Let me go to my notes here because I want to make sure I get all of this right. I've listened and read whatever they put on TV for Barack. And I listened to all of you all's perception. Now let me give you my perception of what I heard. I heard Barack speak to each and every black man of voting age individually. Not as the collective, but individually. Because sometimes when you speak to the collective, someone may miss the point. You know, George Michael said that sex is better when it's one-on-one, if you get my drift. To me, Barack was saying one-on-one to each one of us that we can never allow Donald Trump to be in the White House again. And it is the most important thing we do is not only to go and vote, but go and vote for Kamala Harris. Now, Dr. Dyson, Professor Eddie, Dan, Nina, Nia, one thing that Barack knows that we do not know, and that is the power of the Oval Office. And he knows that if Donald Trump is allowed to ever sit behind the resolute desk again, it will be tantamount to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ just throwing up his hands and saying, "Devil, have your way." And all of your black sensibilities and feelings and whatever nonsense else you got to go along with that won't mean a tinker's damn to us black folk. I just want to say, Barack spoke to us, black men, as individuals. Barack did not sugarcoat what he was saying. He took it down to the real nitty-gritty as to why it was so important, why it is so important that we all get off our asses, put down our phones, and go and vote for Kamala Harris. You see, I'm 70. I've got more days behind me than I have in front of me. But I have 5 great-grandchildren, and I do not want them to grow up under a regime of Donald Trump. Okay, that being said, a couple of things I want to address about Democrats taking advantage of our vote, not coming down into our neighborhood to see what we need. As a little bitty boy of about 10 years of age, I read upon the church bulletin that read, "Your best helping hand is at the end of your own damn arm." Now I ask, what role did you play and where you find yourself today? I'm just saying. To all you sensitive, feeling black men, every time you stand up, whether you're just getting out of the bed or getting up from a chair to go in the kitchen to get you something to drink. You are standing on the shoulders of men like John Lewis, who could not afford to be sensitive because the task in front of him was way too important for his people to allow his feelings to have any place in what he was doing. Whew. Lord have mercy. Help me, Jesus. I want to say this. My sister Frances, she say, if the feelings get hurt, wear them on the bottom of your feet. She also has a master's degree in education. People, I heard Barack Obama address each black man as an individual, not as the damn collective. Because when you go into that voting booth, you're going to be by yourself. Let's say, for argument's sake, that your perspective keeps 10,000 young black men from voting. Now, the perspective that I have, let's say that they say, oh, well, Barack jumped down on our throats, didn't he? But he just might be right. We might need to go and vote for Kamala Harris. And 10,000 go vote for Kamala Harris. Which perspective is better for the plight of our people? I'm just asking. Very, very intelligent people was more concerned about the way he delivered the message instead of the message. Now, I want to offer y'all a couple of scenarios here, and I'm just about through here. Let's say that you're in your house one day and you hear somebody screaming, help me, please, help me, please. And you run outside on your front lawn and there is your neighbor laying on the ground, hollering and screaming, help me. And you look and his house is ablaze. Now, this is the same neighbor that had cookouts, never invited you, had parties that were so loud, it sounded like they were stomping at the Savoy. Never invited you. By happenstance, you folk walked right on the lawn together, and you threw your hand up, and he politely turned his back and went on back into the house. Now, I ask, are you going to be the one to say, well, they never came into my neighborhood and talked to me. He never invited me to his party. Well, they took my vote for granted. I waved at him and he didn't wave back. Are you going to be that kind of a brother? Are you going to be the kind of brother that your mama raised and say, when somebody needs your help, you give it unconditionally? Now, I see you booking them over to the yard. And as you get there, you hear him hollering and screaming, my baby's in the house. Please help her. Are you going to think about, oh my Lord, he didn't wave at me or come into my neighborhood and ask me what I wanted? They were stomping at the Savoy and he didn't invite me. Only come get my vote when it's election time. Are you going to be that brother? Are you going to be the brother that your mama raised and hid up in the house to try to save the little baby? I know you're going to be that brother. Into the house you go. Fighting smoke and fire. Now you see the baby. Got it. And as you reach for the baby, the ceiling falls in on the baby. God help us. Now the only thing left for you to do is to exit the house. As you are leaving out the house, you know that you are on fire. So you're putting yourself out. Now, as you get outside, I ask this question of you. Brother, what did you do? Your reply was, I tried to save the little baby. Nah, it's not what you did. Well, what did I do then? You did everything you could do. Everything that you could do. And people, let me tell y'all, that's all voting is. Doing everything that you can do. Second scenario. Well, I'll just leave you with that one. I think that'll hold you for a minute. Now, I want to tell you this right here. Now, I know everybody's saying to me, oh, everybody got a perspective. Everybody's perspective is different. Perspectives are like assholes. Everybody got one. But now I ask you, who the hell enjoy being constipated? Thank you. Now I'm just about through. So I want to say this. Sly Stone said, because I'm not trying to disparage anyone else's perspective. I'm not trying to do that. Please know that that's not what I'm trying to do here. Because Sly Stone said that everybody is a star. Only your shine is different from mine. Back in the 70s, there was a group called The Undisputed Truth. And they had this song out that said, Mama, I got a brand new thing. Let me go. And it went a little something like this. It said, I can see it all now. We'll have champagne and caviar, a black chauffeur-driven limousine car. We'll take trips all around the world, and I'll have my choice of any girl. People will line up as far as you can see, standing in line just to see me. We'll have money and power, clean up to the sky. Mama, there ain't nothing that we can't buy. Just have a little faith in me. And Mama, I'm sure that you will see that your son and his guitar are going to go far. And he said, Mama, just give me a chance to do my thing. People, black men, let's give Kamala Harris a chance to do her thing. I want to thank you for your time, because you have been so much more than kind. Stay blessed in the Lord. Holler at you.